Assalamualaikum everyone.
Waalaikumsalam.
Coach Digital Lab Open Day. This is our first open day, right? So I would like to welcome everyone and enjoy the open day today, inshallah, right? And then all right, so my question to you today before we start our session today, how do you do something today? No, 60% maximum. Okay. All right. So, all right. Have you checked whether today is how or not how? Okay. This is what we are going to have today in the Neurocoach Digital Lab Open Day. So we are going to talk more about the brain, the EEG, or the neurofeedback. This is the term that we are going to talk about. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit more on the introduction of NDL. What is NDL is doing? So we are basically doing the measurement, treatments, using the neurofeedback, and also training. Right, and then these are the services that we have, like Neurocoach, coach, blended care. Okay, I'm not going to explain what is that we have today because we have our Neurocoach and coach founder, which is me, that you can put right in the Zoom right now. Okay, so we have also our collaboration with Neurocoach Center in Europe, which is led by Mr. Bjorn, and also we have Saskia, we have Dr. Noradini, right? Brother Noradini. Dr. later. Okay. Representative from Saskia, okay. And also we have Area Medical Specialist Center IMAC, okay. And then these are our clients, potential clients. These are actually well-being of children and adults with brain-related and behavioral problems. Like if let's say you have like, for example, this week you are very hectic and you have a very condition, so you can come to us, do relaxation, and we have a new feedback treatment or therapy. Okay, so no matter you have been diagnosed or by any mental health issue or you did not been diagnosed or completed any mental health issue, you just come to us, we do some relaxation like spa on the brain. Okay. And then this is I just share some picture that we are actually our team have the opportunity to go to Netherlands, to Europe, Netherlands, we go to Netherlands, Germany, okay, and also Belgium, right? We go here to do some training on how to use the brain marker, the device that we have here, the neurofeedback therapy that we have in this NDL. This is our picture. I'm proud to present the Malaysia here. Okay. Right, and then this is our lab. This lab is actually being developed or organized since last year, August 2022, and now we have our first open day. Right? Yeah, that's the thing. Right. So can you click on the Neurocoach Digital X NDL? Yes. For the video is
It's not showing on the screen.
we must this one and Neurocoach. We must
Let to take it.
okay. All right. Okay, so some video that we have prepared for the Neurocoach Digital Lab. So let's enjoy the video. Okay. So can you click on the this one? So we have our own website that has been developed by the team, actually been developed by Brother Ahmed and also Dr. Azura. Okay, this is our official website. Let's go down a little bit. So you can have some information on the Neurocoach Digital Lab, about Neurocoach Digital Lab, and then we have our services here, and also we have to get to know the team. Ah, you recognize this guy? Advisor of Neurocoach Digital Lab, right? And then a little bit different from myself now. Beautiful little bit. Okay. The head of Neurocoach Digital Lab project manager, right? And so we have next one is Dr. Muna Azudin, the quality and marketing manager. Dr. Muna Shimbuka. Okay, and then next we have Dr. Nur Azura, software development manager. And last but not least, we have Tamit Rahman as app and web developer. This is how you can reach us, right? And then, okay, next. Okay, okay, okay. This is NDL technician team. So this one is the our train EEG technician team that will do the EEG assessment and also the neurofeedback therapy. Okay, so thank you to the team for the hard work. And next we have the team here from Netherlands and also from Europe, Beyond, and also Wana. I think they are in the Zoom. Okay, so maybe you can say hello, Beyond. Beyond, are you here?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So, it's my time and also the team here from Wahab, the Muna, and Lukas. Okay. All right. With that, the team that's so I hope you enjoy the. Okay. Please make yourself free to understand what we're going to talk about today and enjoy the day. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nurzalida, for setting the stage of today's event. Now we have a special treat in store for you. Through online meeting, we have here with us Mr. Bjorn Cruz, the CEO of Stoplight BV, a visionary in the field of neurotechnology. Mr. Bjorn Cruz, can we see Mr. Bjorn Cruz on the screen, please? Back to meeting.
Shall I share my screen, Tahmid?
In a bit. Okay.
Can you see this?
Yes, we can see.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Bjorn Cruz, thank you so very much for joining us today. Please share your valuable understandings with us.
Yes. Thank you, Tahmid, and welcome in our digital lab. It's a little bit strange. It's the first open day that I'm not present in Europe.
Tunjuk Bjorn Cruz. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
all right.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you can hear me well. It's the first time I cannot be at an open day because I'm in Europe. We will visit in the first week of August. And it's great to be here and to see what you're all doing. It's an amazing team with Dr. Zaliza, Professor Wahab, and all the others, and more recently also Tahmid. I'm not joining because I'm hiking the Dutch coast, so I'm wearing a t-shirt and we have Malaysian temperatures. It's around 30 degrees. We have nice weather, and this is what I'm seeing right now outside. So we are in between the windmills while you're having your open day. But the most important thing now is that we from Europe are collaborating, I think, in a unique way with the university and with your expertise. Can you all hear me well? Because I have a little reverb in sound. Is it okay?
It's perfect.
Okay. So this is, I think it's really a unique collaboration, because we can now combine our expertise in the medical world and in the blended care, which I will explain later, with your expertise in computer science and technology. And I really think we have something special going on here. And that's what I wanted to explain today. And our first project, and I think the center of everything we want to do in Malaysia, is the Neurocoach Digital Lab, where you're all today. And we couldn't have done it without your help. And what I want to explain to you is why do we need a digital lab at all? And I think we are going towards a future that we can express already in the digital lab and also in our centers in the Netherlands and Germany and Switzerland. And the first point I want to make is that therapy and training and coaching is moving into the patient's homes, because especially in Europe, but I also think in Asia, medicine and therapy are becoming too expensive. Insurance companies cannot pay it anymore. More and more people have to pay it for themselves. And the big problem we have here is we have not enough medical professionals. But on the same time, we know that digital applications are on the rise. And if we could combine the two, the whole online expertise, the digital applications, and the fact that we have very protocoled and structured interventions, we could combine the expertise of medical professionals and innovations in the digital world, like the ones you are doing. And this is what we call blended care. And everything we want to do in the future in the Neurocoach Digital Lab will be around the theme of blended care. So what does it mean? Blended care takes the best of both worlds. So today you're going to see EEG measurements and neurofeedback treatments. And our vision is that we can do measurements and treatments at the location of NDL, but also accompany the people when they get home. So we are there for patients when they are training in the NDL, in the lab, but also at home. And it's the best of both worlds. So we have the intervention in a professional way at the NDL, but we're also there for people when they go home. So they don't stop their treatment, but they comply to our treatment guidelines, and we have much more impact and effects of treatment. And that's what we're now doing in Europe. And the pillars of any blended care program, like the ones you will see today, are training or therapy, coaching, and monitoring. So we train or give people therapy, for example, neurofeedback that I will explain. And then they go home and we coach them while they're at home in order to improve their functions and to tell them what to do. And because of the digital applications, we can really monitor what they are doing. So we measure the effects of what they're doing in the lab and also at home. And because we combine the home training, we have the opportunity to have many more treatments and many more interventions in comparison to just coming at the center. So this blended care program in Europe is very successful, and we would like to elaborate on this together with you, because you have the expertise in computer science. And Neurocoach Digital Lab is a center for blended care. We start in the center itself, but as time progresses, we will expand with these blended care applications into the patient's homes. So it is a center for training, for coaching, and for monitoring. Patients can come, they get measurements, and they go home, and we are still there for them, and we monitor what they are doing. So this is this combination of on-site training and at home. And the first thing we want to focus on, because of the expertise of both in Malaysia and in the Netherlands and Germany, are brain-related measurements and trainings. And also brain-related problems, of course, and disorders, such as attention deficit, stress, and fatigue. We start with more brain-related problems, so not per se disorders, but just if you are fatigued or if people have stress or just attention problems, you can use our measurements and our interventions to see what is the problem and could we improve the problem by the trainings that we offer. And so I see it more as a hub, as a center for healthcare professionals. Of course, we can independently measure and treat patients. Patients can come, or people can come. We measure their brain, we measure the behavior, and we see if we could offer some training. But it's much better to, as you have seen on the partner slide of Dr. Zaliza, that we have a central position in a collaborative network of medical professionals. We know from our experience in Europe that we have much more impact on a patient or on any client that comes in if we collaborate with other clinics and with other centers and practices. So we provide measurements and reports, and we can give the reports back to the clinics and to the patients. But with the neurofeedback training, we also provide a basis for further treatment. For example, if a child with ADHD comes in, we can measure and we can train. That could be the basis for further cognitive or psychological interventions. And we also want to provide training and education for professionals. So we have several courses in Europe. We developed it, and they're accredited by different governmental bodies in Europe. And these things we would also like to offer in Malaysia. And maybe we can develop new programs in Malaysia that we can offer in Europe, and that we can teach professionals in Europe. So it's both for patients and clients, but of course also for medical professionals, because not every medical professional knows how to do blended care. They're used to seeing a patient on site, like an NDL, but then they don't know how to coach them, how to motivate them to do exercises at home. That's what we can offer. And the services we offer start with, as Dr. Zaliza said, we measure the brain. So we measure what is going on in the brain with EEG, electroencephalography, and it's brain physiology, as they call it. But we also combine it with brain function. And brain function are tests like attention and memory, double task, how well can I process information. So we combine the brain physiology, is the brain more or less activated, with, okay, so how does it result in better or worse attention span? And then, of course, we combine it with questionnaires with behavior. I'm a child, I'm 10 years old, I have problems in school. That is the behavioral part. And then we look at brain function. Is there any problem in attention processing? And then we look at brain physiology. In this child, for example, we see slow wave activity, as they call it, and that then would be the basis for training. And the training starts at the left part of the slide. So we train the brain physiology. And that is called neurofeedback. And neurofeedback has been around quite a long time. In the beginning, there were some publications, but the publications are getting better. And in Europe, we have several hundreds of thousands of treatments in our database, where we try to make sense of all these data. And in essence, it is a training of the brain in order to improve behavior and complaints. I will explain it a little bit more. But neurofeedback, as we do it, we can also be approached as a blended care application, which is not done usually. So we can train people and measure people at the Neurocoach digital lab. But in the future, patients can go home and clients, and they can measure and train their brain with neurofeedback, while we at NDL are looking at their data and coaching them via a messenger application in order to improve the compliance. And then we monitor the effects on brain and behavior, of course. So it's very structured, and because it's very structured, we combine data from lots of patients and clients, and we can improve our approaches. So whatever we offer is as much evidence-based as possible, but then we improve on the existing methods because we have so many data. And that would be the center position of NDL that I talked about before, because you at university have the expertise to make sense of all these data, and we have the expertise in the medical domain and the training and the neurofeedback. And I think this combination is quite unique, and we know of no other project that does it in this scale. So what is neurofeedback then? Because it's the first thing we want to offer. And neurofeedback is nothing more and less than looking at the activity of your brain and really be happy if it moves in a certain direction. So if you don't do anything, the brain activity is not stable, but it has a variability in it. It goes up and down. As you can imagine, now it's 9:30 in the Netherlands, so I'm quite awake, I'm alert, but at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, well, more your time now, some people get a little bit tired. It's a normal biological rhythm, and then the brain activity gets a little bit lower. But not even do we have these changes within hours. We also have the same changes in minutes or even in seconds. So every second, every minute, your brain is going up and down a little bit, and we can visualize these biological changes to any client. And when you look at it, you can be happy if the brain, just by accident, goes into a direction that is wanted by us. And by doing so, we condition the brain in a certain state that is wanted. So for example, an ADHD child, some children have underactivation in the brain, some others have overactivation. These are different types of ADHD. They can see their brain activity and an animation moves in the right direction, or a game starts to play in the right direction at a time where the brain, just by accident, just by biological variation, goes in the desired direction. And in doing so, they get happy and they're learning to control their brain activity to a certain degree, of course. So we train brain activity, and by training, after 20, 30 sessions, depends on the problem a child or an adult has. After these sessions, you experience improved activity of the brain. And then we, of course, measure behavior and these brain functions again. We can also measure, did the attention span now improve? Did your problems at school or at work, did they improve? And typically, if you're, for example, really fatigued, we upgrade the brain. So we improve brain activity towards a faster information processing. And if you're really stressed out, we decrease brain activity towards a lesser amount of activity per minute, per hour. And that's neurofeedback. So it's really looking at your own brain activity and trying to control it. And because it is based on EEG, it is nothing more than an EEG measurement that we visualize. We always have the raw EEG data. So you're training your brain, and we are looking at what happens in your brain. And that makes it a very quantitative treatment protocol, that where you as a therapist with the human interaction, or we as a therapist with the interaction with the patient, we try to motivate the patient to improve and to continue, but we're also looking at the data. So it's very data driven instead of intuition driven, what is most of the time the case with other rehabilitation and treatment programs. That's what we like about it. And if the training is not successful, we can really tell the client, listen, we're not getting the desired effect, so we will stop and we will look at different opportunities to improve your brain. So who can benefit from neurofeedback? Of course, we have people, in Europe we call it subclinical, so without a real disease, but just children and adults with concentration problems and stress. I think in Malaysia it's the same as in Europe, a lot of people with a lot of stress. And if you have prolonged stress for a long period of time, you get really fatigued. And these are things that we can measure both on the brain and the behavioral level, and also the brain function, and we can treat with neurofeedback. But also in the next stage, we want to collaborate, of course, with medical professionals to treat depression and anxiety. So not just problems, but real disorders. And we in Europe are now specialized also in neurological diseases, stroke patients and Parkinson. And I'll tell you in a minute what we will offer for them. So this is the neurofeedback. It's a very basic intervention based on the EEG, on the brain measurement. And our future services, most of them are already developed and we are testing right now, or even putting in practice. And they are more or less the same as neurofeedback, but for very specific groups of patients. So we have neurofeedback at home already. It's a blended care training program, 6 months, for clients with concentration problems. So you come to the Neurocoach Digital Lab and you get your treatments there. And if we see that you need treatments and training for a more prolonged period of time, you could get a special EEG device that you can take home, that we're now testing in Europe, and you can train at home while we are watching your data and your progress. But we also developed Parent Coach now. It has now been shown in the first study we did that not only the children with ADHD, but also parents need to be trained. So we have a blended care training program of 6 weeks and a longer program for 3 months, where we actually train parents how to deal with children with behavioral problems. So we train the children with neurofeedback, and we give the parents advice on how to deal with these problems. Just a few, I think 2 weeks ago, we got the certification for Aging Coach in Germany. That means the insurance company now pays 80% of all the cost of our programs, blended care programs, where we train elderly, general elderly people without any neurological or psychiatric problems, but they're being trained according to the guidelines of the World Health Organization. We developed it together with the University in Brussels. And it's a program for 60, 70, 80 plus, where we treat them like professional athletes. They get really fit, they get more bone mass, more muscle mass, and we try to reduce the risk on a cardiovascular event or any other chronic disease. The disease that we started with and the program we started with a few years ago, it's called Neurocoach. And Neurocoach is a certified program for stroke survivors, first in the chronic phase, but we now also have the acute phase, where stroke patients are not only being treated in the hospital or in a private practice, but once they go home, they do the same program as they did in the clinic, and the therapists from the clinic are still monitoring and coaching these patients. So we build a special online application for all of these, for parent coach, aging coach, and it started with stroke coach, where we can see what people are doing at home and how we can motivate them to train more and to get more therapy. And one that is coming soon is Parkinson coach. We got so many people that were referred to us by neurologists with Parkinson's disease that we decided to start the development of this program. So this is coming soon, it's still in development. But as you see, we take the same basic ingredients that you will see now in the demonstrations at NDL after my little speech, and we take it to different diseases. So what you today will hear from Dr. Zaliza is very general. How can we measure brain and behavior? How can we combine EEGs with neurofeedback and these neuropsychological testing procedures? And then when we have some experience in NDL, we will add the different programs. So we will first train therapists how to use it. And then we want to collaborate with clinics so they can use our programs and collaborate with us in order to have much more impact on patients' lives. And that's, of course, our ultimate goal. And that's what I like about our collaboration, is that we really have, all of us have the focus on impact on patients' lives, and also have the latest innovations that you have, for example, with computer science and artificial intelligence, and put it into the medical applications that we have. So this, in short, was what I have to say about the Neurocoach Digital Lab, and I'm happy to answer any question that you have about EEG, neurofeedback, or any of the other blended care programs that we are planning to take into practice at the NDL.
Thank you, Mr. Cruz, for that enlightening speech. It is incredible to learn about the impact of neurotechnology in improving people's life. But our visitors might still have some queries about neurofeedback or other areas, or the services provided by Neurocoach Digital Lab. So as we have Mr. Bjorn himself with us, let's make the most out of this opportunity, and you can ask Mr. Bjorn any question that you want. You can give him some suggestions, give us some suggestions, or you can just have some discussion. So our team member will give you the mic if you want to know something, or if you have any suggestions, or if you have anything to say. All right. Okay. Can you hear us?
So I want to ask, does it work for patients with insomnia?
Yeah, thank you. It's a very good question. With insomnia, first of all, we are also developing a program. I didn't include it. It's called Sleep Coach, where it's an additional course for patients with neurological and psychiatric disorders, where we teach them the golden rules for better sleep. But there is a theory that most of the improvements we get, for example, with ADHD, is based on the fact that people sleep better. So the first thing you notice with neurofeedback is that the sleep improves, especially starting to sleep sooner and not waking up that many times at night. But there are not big clinical studies showing that this is the primary objective of neurofeedback, but this is what we notice in almost all our patients, that the first thing they notice is improvements in sleep.
Very fine.
No. I would like to ask regarding the neurofeedback training. Does it also work for patients that has autism?
Yes, Thank you for the question. We did quite a lot of research in Eindhoven in the Netherlands with children with autism, and it doesn't change anything about the typical autistic features. What it does do is improve attention span in children with autism. But to be honest, it doesn't change as far as we know, because it's almost a neurological disease, right? Instead of a psychiatric disease, like schizophrenia, it has the same effect. You see some improvements in attention span, but not a lot of improvements in the typical autistic features.
Hi everyone. Actually, I'm from hospital, specialist hospital from Kelang. I want to ask. Usually at the hospital, we assess patient with neurological problem with the GCS score. Okay. So, what the range GCS that can apply this therapy for the patient in the hospital? Just go GCS score. I mean, we assess the patient with brain problem with the GCS. Means the eye can open spontaneously, the verbal, none or inappropriate words, and the movement. What the range of the GCS that we can apply in the hospital for this therapy?
I'm not sure if I understand the question correctly, but I can tell you how we do it in the Netherlands and Germany, which you could also apply in NDL. Patients that come to us with more severe neurological problems, which would not be our first population in NDL, I think, but they typically have a full diagnostic procedure. So we get outcomes of all kinds of testing, like you mentioned, CT scans or MRI scans, and then with us they get the EEG pre-measurement, 19 channel, but the purpose that we have is different from a hospital. So we don't measure to detect epilepsy, for example, or any brain damage. We measure in order to see if there are any points on the brain or any altered brain waves that we can use as parameters for neurofeedback training. And then we do the neurofeedback training, and we do the mid and post measurement. And then we make a report, and the report goes back to the clinician in the hospital. So we don't do any neurological assessment like you mentioned, but we collaborate with people who do. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah.
Because I didn't hear it quite well, so I tried to answer with what I heard.
This issue what we suspect. The hospital there we have the medical doctors. 6. And also we rely on we also rely on beyond this group to help us also in this case where we some. But in this case, suspect has medical doctors who will also do the diagnostic for us if it is necessary. Right, Bjorn?
Yes, of course. It's always like we are within a collaborative framework. We need collaborators. We do measurements and treatments, but if we have, for example, questions, it would be great to collaborate with SASMEC, for example, for these questions. And we have our own neurologists here in Europe, in Basel and in Zurich, for example, in Switzerland, where if we have any questions, they look at our data and come back with some guidance for us.
And in addition to that, the data we are actually storing it in the central database together with Neurocoach. Yeah. So NDL data is all central. We have already stored it centrally.
Yes, which is also a very important point. Also from a privacy perspective, we cannot store any data from Malaysia, and you cannot store any data from the Netherlands. It's with the new regulations we have, especially in Europe, but I think it's the same in Asia. Medical data need to be stored in the country where they are acquired.
Thank you, Mr. Bjorn, and thank you to all the questions you asked. And is there anyone else who would like to contribute to anything? No? All right. Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Bjorn, for being here with us and answering all the questions. Now, now let's get deeper into the services offered by NDL. We have Dr. Mona Azuddin to brief us about the pricing, offers, and plans for NDL services. It is an important aspect to consider depending on your interest to our services, and Dr. Mona will guide us through it. So, Dr. Mona, please.
Okay. Thank you, and Mr. Bjorn, still here on the Zoom, no?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes, still there.
In detail about the feedback now explained by Mr. Bjorn. And I'm going to briefly explain about the NDL package. Okay, so maybe you can have a look at the pamphlet that we have exhibited now with the registration to have a better view. Okay, so at NDL, okay, we have two service package, two services here. So the first one is the EEG and alertness. Okay, so for the EEG and alertness, where we're going to do the evaluation of brain activity and brain function. Okay, so the price would be 120. Okay, not that expensive. Okay, yeah, say yes. So for EEG and alertness, okay, what you get is the analysis report. Okay, so we're going to provide you with a report, and you can bring back home your report. All right. So this one is the first service, okay, and the second service is the neurofeedback, okay, neurofeedback NFB. So we call the service package as brain training, okay. So under this service we have three packages. Okay, the first one is the NFB one session. This is the package. So the price is 20 ringgit. Cheap, right? Okay, affordable, right? Okay. But okay, for you to see the improvement of your brain activity, okay, you must complete 10 sessions.
Yes.
Okay, 10 sessions. Then you must pay a little bit more, 60 ringgit for NFP report. Okay, and then you can build up your progress, okay, of your brain activity. Okay, so you must complete 10 sessions. Okay. And the second service package is the NFP 1 month subscription. Sorry, that includes 10 sessions. Okay, and the price is 150. Okay, and the last service package for brain training is the NFP 3 months. That includes 30 sessions plus with plus 3 reports. This one is I think better because service package that we offer. Okay, because you don't have to pay for NFP report anymore. Okay, 450 3 report and also 30 sessions of NFB. Okay. So these are the services that we offer at NDL currently. Okay, any question from the floor? Yes.
Curious about the station. So it's like the 10 station is it actually been because I believe the EG is here.
Yeah.
Also like you're the place to engaging in hopes. How did sorry?
Oh, that was done it. No, the very fair for now, but inshallah we later on. Yes, it is in our plan. But as for now, we the client must come here. Yes, come here. All right.
And the form coach. The form coach can be done. So as far as Beyond is concerned, Beyond will be supporting the whole thing. So kita dah ada the device actually for form coach juga kan.
Yes.
So maybe kalau you nak tunjuk nanti, later I think we will show that. For the home to what you got to do so on that. So I think we can also do something like that. You can repeat either.
Okay. Okay, what is in the report?
Alright, thank you for the question. Okay, basically in the report, there are two reports. If let's say you go for the first package, which is EEG and alertness, of course we'll be providing the EEG assessment result, whereby you will know what is the brain activity in your brain, okay? And then we will know about the abnormalities in the brain. For example, if they say, okay, I'm not saying that you are going to have a problem in your brain. In the brain and disease. Okay, so we'll show you, we'll let you know there is some part of the brain which is having some fast brain wave, for example, fast brain wave. So we wanted to slow down the brain wave a little bit, maybe to slow down the activity and then you become a little bit calm instead of stress the calm. Okay, so we'll let you know, and then we check the situation. With that result, we will advise you to go for the neurofeedback therapy. So that neurofeedback therapy will have another report on the neurofeedback result. So it will be the result of the EEG, the neurofeedback result, and also the QEEG result, and also the findings of the improvement of the brain activity result.
In addition to that, for future, we will also include behavior analytics. So for right now, that's the only thing we have. And we are doing the research, and we are going to share the research together with you also, because that is our contribution to research as in Malaysia. So which is very, very different than what Bjorn is looking at. He is more looking at the time domain, whereas we are looking more at the emotional domain. So behavior is one of the expertise that we have.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question from the floor? Oh, okay, yes. Okay,
We can only do the brain training once every related or related. Correct?
yes, exactly.
That we need to do the first package first and
Yes.
then
Yes.
because we don't know what that actually has to be your brain first. And then we can offer you the treatment or therapy. Yeah.
Yeah, the question is one. So for this particular thing, I don't know that the research has been done in Malaysia using this. So I'm wondering what kind of population have you taken up to work on at the moment? Maybe some can answer. Oh,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we have done such research for a long time. I think since 2009. And I first stepped into Malaysia. So some of this research that we have done are basically on children, especially with learning disabilities, and then we extend that to understand behavior. We work together with a psychologist in our psychology department and also the psychiatrist in Kuala. So therefore we work together, and that is actually our forte. So right now we extended, and Bjorn has been with us way before 2009. Work together with him, and he has been very supportive. And he gave us EEG devices. We start from the A channel.
yes.
I remember we have A channel. And then after that, since the European standard established was 19 channel, so he also gave us the 19 channel. So we work on the 19 channel. So that is how we actually get together and work together in this team. And in fact, in the olden days, Bjorn has been working with ADHD patients for a very long time, and that's how we do neurofeedback, but now it is official. The European Union has already accepted, and we can actually use the insurance, so like he said just now, you only pay 8%. The rest is being paid by the insurance. So I think that is very good. We are trying to see how we can do that also here in Malaysia. Then I think if the insurance can do it, I think that would be marvelous. So never suspect, and we do not. But that's why we have suspect that we working together with the IMN hospital in Kuala, so that working together as IMN is whole. So we have our psychologists, our psychiatrists, our medical doctors, So we are really fully supported by the entire thing. So inshallah, so I think we will move on. And to me, this is the first one in Malaysia, in Asia. No, we have not got anything like that. In Europe, yes, our firm has done it, and we're going to do it in Malaysia. But our contribution, there will also be our own contribution, which they are not doing it because of our expertise that we develop. So inshallah, so I think with your support, and we will continue to look forward. with this thing here. Because I think we are not relying on the drugs. You know, so we are more relying on self healing. You know, I think that's more. So we try whatever we need. And that's what it is.
No. Okay, all right. So maybe you can.
Maybe I want to add something.
Yeah.
I think what is important here is that like we in the digital domain, you know, we put more emphasis towards automation. And that is why Dr. Zura is she's our digital manager. She's a digital lady who we now have few of our program. So we are developing together with Beyond and Suspect also. So we are going to use Suspect in the main system, you know, to actually so that we can take all the data in there, but still accessible by Beyond. This neurologist can also access it in case that we need to share some of this information in the health. And with our expertise in big data analytics, we can even do more. So some of the European data, we are going to do some big data analytics. And with ours that we are going to expand and have a lot more data. So we can actually, hopefully we can do projection and prediction, you know, especially for kids. That's what we are looking at. And see whether what kind of projection we can do. Like for example, I give you learning disabilities. Now we're talking about autistic children, ADHD, and dyslexic, for example. You know, is there a trend? Can we understand the trend? Because kalau we can understand the trend, then maybe we can look into macam makanan, apa, kan? So in this particular case, we can have a government, you know, to see what are the kind of trends that we can understand. I think these are something that we wanted to do always, you know. So inshallah, that's what we want to do. Yes, Dr. Munah.
Okay, nothing much from me. Just okay, if you want to look, you can go back to the template lah. Okay, very sure. All right. And you can if you're interested, then you can text us. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, starting today, we can do the assessment.
Yeah.
Measurement.
Yeah.
So today I have discount.
Thank you, Dr. Mona, for the pricings and offers and everything. Now, get ready for an exciting demonstration of EEG assessment. It is a chance for us to see firsthand how neurotechnology helps assess brain activity and can contribute to mental well-being. Brother Azib Ahmad is trained in EEG assessment, and he will show us how the EEG assessment works under Dr. Zaliza's supervision. So let's get started and let's get everything set up.
All right, assalamualaikum everyone. Again, I'm coming back. Okay. Today, so with the EEG assessment, okay, I'm going to demo on the EEG on how we are going to use EEG as one of the tools or the device that we're going to use for the EEG assessment. And the other second demo, we are going to have the demo on the neurofeedback therapy or treatment that we are going to have here today. Okay, so yeah, we have our volunteer here, right? Come and sit here. You this camera. Unshare that. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. So pin yang itu, yes, pin yang itu. Tanvir, okay. So we have Tanvir here. Okay, so Tanvir will be one of the participants today. And we're going to have him as one of the participants for the day. Okay. First of all, I will ask Tanvir to sit properly. sit properly at your comfortable at his comfortable state. Okay, you have to sit at a comfortable state that you feel relaxed and you will enjoy this demo. Okay, all right. So first thing first, we are going to have, okay, before I start the demo, I will introduce you. This one is the cap that we are going, maybe you can pass your cap to the others. Okay, so this is the cap that we are going to use for the EEG assessment traffic achievement. Okay, so you are going to put this one on the head. Okay, on the head. So if you see, there is a channel here, which consists of the lobe of the brain. Okay, for example, near here we have T7, which is temporal lobe is here, the temporal lobe, and then we have also frontal lobe at the front here, prefrontal lobe here at the front here. Okay, and then we also have at the back here we have occipital lobe, which is at the back occipital lobe. Okay, okay, so first of all, Azik here, we have Azik here. So Azik will find the location of exact location that we are going to have the. Okay, let me show you. This one is the brain marker machine. So later you can come here, but now I will show you first. So you can see from the screen here. So this one is the brain marker machine. So we can going to have like all 19 channels here, or the 19 channel, together with the 2 reference and also ground. So reference and also ground is very, very important to make sure that the signal is stable. Okay. So now Azib is trying to find out where is the best location for this on the head. Okay. You're going to use L or L. Okay. So now I think we'll put this cap on the head, okay, participant head. So I will let Tanvir know first. Okay, Tanvir, I'm going to put this cap on your head. Is it okay for you? Yeah, are you feel good? Yes, okay. So you're going to put this. So just gently put the cap on the scalp. You can see here. Oh, I think I need to. Better is this? No. Yes. Okay. All right. After we have put this one, we make sure that the cap is tight. It's tight. Okay. And you can make sure that this one is tight by having this extended. Okay. So this one, I think we put on the here. Okay. Okay. So now it's not hanging anymore. So it's more fit to the head. Okay, now I think we'll make sure that the head on the ground. I'm not sure you can see it on the okay, cannot see. Okay, so on the ground here, there's a ground. So you can, if you see the cap just now, there's a ground GND. Okay. On GND, the GND is the ground. So now Azim is trying to make sure there is no hair on the ground side, okay, on the scalp. Alright, so we remove a little bit on the hair. Okay, by using this string, okay, this string is not even the metal, it's just a plastic, very flexible here. Okay, it's not even pin, so is it pin? Say yes, say no, say no. No. Not pin. Okay, so CP is that, okay, if you see in the on the cap here, okay, there is a CP that one is the reference. Okay, so now Azif will take a cotton bud and make sure that we are going to clean the scalp with this new prep. So I'll show you this one is the prep. So we're going to clean the head, okay, the scalp with this new prep to make sure there is no oil, sweat, or any junk, maybe, okay, on the scalp. All right, so I think we clean it. So we'll see a little bit. Okay. And also for this demo, I'm going to only attach the electron on the prefrontal cortex within this one, the prefrontal cortex. Okay. All right. So finish with the cleaning of the cup. Then now I think we'll take the electrode. Maybe you can pass view of the electrode to the participant. Okay, this one is the electrode. So this electrode will be plugged on the track. Okay, on the track. So this one will be plugged on the machine of brain muscle. Okay, so as it will show you. So as it will show, first you have to plug on the this one on the machine of EEG machine. Okay, this one is the EEG machine. So we plug on the ground and also reference. So now as it will plug on the ground first. Attach the electrode on the ground. And then okay. Alright, when you plug on the ground, so I will take the time with now. I'm going to put some gel on your cake, okay, on the scalp. So you can feel it now. Okay, is it cold? Or not cold? It just normal one. Yeah, normal one. So it's normal and nothing to do with your body. So you just wanted to attach this electrode on your scalp. Okay. So as you will put a little bit gel on the electrode. Okay. So and then as it will press a little bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, the one is for ground. Now we're going to continue with the reference. Okay, now we're going to continue with the reference. Okay. Until the gel is coming out a little bit, so enough. Okay. All right. Now finish or first with the GND and ground and also set reference. Now we proceed with the prefrontal cortex FP1 and FP2. Now we start with the FP1. Okay. Okay. And then FP2. Put on the FP2. Okay. So this one we have to arrange a little bit at the back. Okay. Usually this one is at the back. Okay. Usually this one is at the back here. So but for this demo, I just put it here. Okay. Now, can you check on the signal quality? Okay. So this is to check the signal quality. If the signal quality is green, so meaning that then your signal is very perfect. Okay. So the signal quality is good. Right? But if it's red, something else somewhere here. Okay. We have to arrange with this. We have to check on the ground and also the CPs up here. Right? Usually, if this can happen, you will check on the ground and also the reference. Because that one is to make sure that the signals is stable and okay. Right? So as it will make a little bit clean again, it will clean and also remove some hair. Okay. We will need to check. So there's only stuff on the electrode part. Okay. So I think we'll see a little bit more. And we'll plug again the battery. Wait for a moment. One moment. Usually, if these things happen, we have to make sure that the signal is okay. It's okay, we can proceed, but it's not to be. Sometimes people hate is different. Even though it has a very thick or thick on box, okay, still we depends on the people hate, okay. But if these things happen, we have to take more time to identify what is the problem. But usually we'll check on the ground and also the reference. Okay, if in 2 minutes this debate, I need another participant to check on it. But if let's say this thing happen, we will do again and again until this signal will be okay, right? Okay, I have another space. This is the part. So maybe, okay, if this the experiment or the assessment is going to be conducted by because this is very subjective, it depends on the people needs. And even the thick and the assessment, we need to make sure that the participant shampoo before that and are not using any gel, okay, and make sure that it is clean. And if they say they are using any gel, we cannot proceed with that. That one thing. The second thing, if they say you want to proceed with the EEG assessment, you need to make sure the participant is healthy. Healthy meaning that there is no fever, no flu, no coughing, okay? Let's just make sure the patient is healthy. Because and then no headache, okay? If a little bit headache also we cannot proceed. Because this one will affect the signal later. Okay, so we need to make sure that this one will be okay. So now as it is training, so sorry, Tanvi, we cannot proceed with you, but we have another. This is more challenging. That's okay. Let's go with the try. Okay, we'll see how. Okay, thank you, Tanvi. Then you can have a session. Okay, it's fine. Have a seat. You can sit at your comfortable state. Okay, so as we have done today, so we have to check on the signal first. To check on the scalp where the position of the electrode will be put on. Okay. Usually, if this is happening, it may take time. Okay, it may take time. That's why I can say that the EEG assessment will take like for setup. If they say everything is okay, 5 minutes to 10 minutes, we can do that. But if this thing happens to come just now, maybe it will take like 15 to 20 minutes to make sure that if the signal is very good signal, then only then we can proceed with the recording of the plane signal. Have you seen the ECG or heart rate signal before? ECG method. Okay, this is unique because we are actually recording the brain signal. You seen the brain signal before? No. Yeah, I'm going to show it later. I hope that in front is okay. 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 Okay, fine. we are going to put the cap on your feet. So okay, as if we put the cap on your feet, we just okay. So we should this one financial this one. So now you can see that you may see the hair is a bit thick. Okay, so it will be challenging, but it's okay. Usually it really depends on the thick. So it's not that you have a thick or ball or thin hair. It will help you to have a very good signal. Okay, it really depends on the subject itself. Okay, now, okay, we will be tighten a little bit to make sure that the signal will be attached. The electrode will be attached to the scalp in a good way. Is it okay? Comfortable? Okay. Right. Okay, as usual, it's the same step. As it will make sure that there is no hair on the scalp. So we put to find the in and here, so there is no hair. Okay. Okay, usually for the EEG assessment, we're going to do like only 3 tasks. Okay, that for the first task is eyes open, eyes closed, and cognitive task. So cognitive task is like example, for example, you have to calculate 100 minus 7 backwards. Okay, until 1. So we just wanted to see what is the feedback of the brain signal activity when we have this kind of task. For example, if let's say those who this is based on our experience of doing the research and also analysis. So for those who are having the ADHD, usually we can see that the signal is more on the delta wave or delta beta ratio is a bit higher. But if they say for those who have a normal patient, so usually they will have like alpha wave, maybe that's low wave that is not that low, okay, but still considered as the low wave. But for those who having a very stress condition, they have a very high beta, which is fast wave. So this kind of wave that we are going to look into this kind of signal. Okay. So as if it's still cleaning. Okay, now as if it's cleaning this one, well, I'm talking. Okay. So this is one of the EEG assessment that we're going to conduct. And for the neurofeedback, we are going to have a similar thing. Like for example, we're going to start with the eyes closed, eyes open, and also eyes data. Only then we're going to start with the neurofeedback therapy. We're going to show you few tasks that we are going to do. So if let's say you are and also you are in a very good mood, calm condition, it's not not stress condition, and you are very your attention level is high, and also your focus is very high. You are in a very good mood, so the task can be done. But if let's say you are in a very stress condition, and also your attention level is low, so it's kind of difficult for you to finish the task. So I'm going to demo later. Okay, well, I think it's doing this one. Okay. So now as it start again the electrode on the scalp scalp here. Okay, we start with the ground again. Are you okay? Still okay? Okay. Okay, so the second electrode in this case is on the reference. So reference is CPZ. If you can see from the cap just now. Okay, and then we also have this FP1 prefrontal cortex, FP1, and also FP2. FP2. Right. This is the last one. Can you play the signal, please? Yeah, okay. This is very good. We have green. Oh. Okay. This one, we have to put it at the back. Have you connect the easy? Connect, disconnect, and connect balik. This one, good. Okay. So, okay, we have a yellow here. Even the reading is like 20 plus, okay? But it's still okay. We can proceed with the analysis. I mean, for the recording. So, can you show the signal? Play the signal, Hassan? Okay, that's the signal. Okay, at the top here. Okay, at the top here. Wait, Hassan. Okay, at the top here. Okay, we have, okay, yeah, Hassan already selected only FP1 and FP2. This is the signal of brain. So now I'm showing you the brain signal of Irfan. Irfan, now you're trying to blink your eyes. So you can see this is the blinking eyes. Eyes blink. Irfan, can you move your jari? Okay. So there is no such, not really affects the movement of the hand or leg. But if let's say you do eye blinking, because the prefrontal cortex is near to the eyes, okay. So that's why when Irfan blinking his eyes, so there is a movement here. So this one we call artifact. So artifact, we don't want artifact because this one is going to be not good for the signals that we're going to analyze. Okay. So this one is a two channel, the FP1 and FP2. Okay. This is the channel. This is the brain signal that I'm going to show to you. Okay. Irfan, now can you try your okay, we start with the neurofeedback. Okay, wait, before neurofeedback, we can use that 1 minute for us. Okay. Okay, we're going to record now. So I'm asking, I will ask Irfan to focus on the screen. Usually we'll show this white screen, okay? But it's okay for this one, Irfan just focus on the screen. So we're going to have to record 1 minute for us open. Okay, record start. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So you can see that this one is the recording of the eyes open. There is no eye blinking, so there is no artifact happen here. Little bit here. Can you move your jaw? There is a movement of jaw here. The jaw is very affected the signal because if you move your jaw like this, okay, so it will happen to be, it will affect the signal. This is eye blinking, okay. Can you move your head like this? See, this one is the movement of forehead. Okay. So that's why during the EEG assessment, I will let the participant know that please control your movement, okay? Make it less movement, okay? But try to sit still and let off movement, okay? This is to make sure that there is no artifact happen in the signals, okay? All right. So this is, for example, we are recording eyes open just now. Okay, so now I'm going to show you for the neurofeedback. For the neurofeedback, okay, for example, now we select the, for example, okay, we proceed with the neurofeedback. We already done the EEG assessment for the eyes open just now, right? So we will identify what is the abnormalities and what is the problem with the signals. Okay. Azik, before this one, can you show me the yes, the graph? Okay, no. Yes, everyone. Okay, this is example of the one of the example of the EEG QEEG data analysis. So we can find out that this one delta is having a very high compared to others. I'm not saying that delta is a problem, but this kind of output result that we are going to show to you. Okay, which part of the brain signal is having high bandwidth? Okay, and then for example, we are looking at FP1. So FP1 is here at the front here. Okay, so we are going to show you that this one is a delta is a very high here on the prefrontal lobe. Okay, so this one is the example of the result that someone is asking just now, right? So can you show me as if the neurofeedback? Now we know we are going to do the neurofeedback. So we select the FP1. P1. Okay. So just now, we are trying to do now. We are trying to lower down inhibit the beta. Beta. Okay, with the difficult with the inhibit. Okay, and then we are going to make the difficulty of 50%. Okay, for example, 50% difficulty of the task. Okay, and then and then we select the task. Okay, so we select. There are few tasks here, like there are few tasks here that we can choose, like bar graph, or bar graph is finely, movie, animation, and also Lego. For this demo, I'm going to choose animation. Okay, so animation with this one, which one are they? Boat, okay, boat. All right. So, okay, going to record. Back here.
Senang sangat 50.
50 senang sangat. Okay, so we make it 100 maybe. Okay. Between you can see this one is the movement of the beta, delta, theta, alpha, gamma, okay, of the bandwidth. Okay, we are going to record in 1 minute. Can we try to back into the okay, maybe okay, beta.
Ben.
Okay, the patient is here.
Please, okay.
Okay, you can see this one. I'm trying to increase the level of alpha, meaning that alpha is the slow wave. Just now if they say alpha is very fast, it has high beta, very fast wave. Okay, increase the level of alpha, so they become calm down. It's okay. Okay, so okay, so can you do one more? One more. Okay, so record one more. Record one more. Maybe you can put 5 minutes so that it will be longer time. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to put here for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. Usually we will conduct the unit feedback task. Also in my no, unit feedback survey for like 5 to 15 minutes or only or maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, it really depends on the participant or client itself. The subject itself, the participant. Okay, so now he's trying to move, or very easy to move here. Maybe Irfan is very in a calm state. Okay, it's very good good attention or focus, so you can easily come to the end of the object. Okay, maybe as it can increase the level of difficulty, we can if let's say the participant or the client can reach to the end, meaning that he has improve in terms of the attention of quality of the focus. Okay, but now we are trying to move how many?
50.
50%.
Just now 20.
Just now 20. Or just now 20% of difficulty. Now it's 50% difficulty. So you can see that it's kind of hard but easy. Easy. Okay, I think it's very good. It's very hard and very good attention. Oh no. Control your mood, your attention, okay? So it will directly affect the feedback. So this is how we are trying to change the bandwidth that from the fast bandwidth and now to slow bandwidth. This is the easiest word that I'm using so that you can easily understand what I'm talking about. Okay? So yeah, she's now struggling. Okay, trying to be calm, maybe trying to be focused, like focus because I'm talking to him just now. Oh, now okay. So yes, he managed to go to the next. So can you increase a little bit? Okay, maybe other task, other task. Other task, maybe firework. Okay, we have another task which is firework. Okay, firework. Okay, 3D firework. Okay. So if they say he is focused and he can move all these things. Wow. 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 Exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's one of the example of the bowling. Okay, we're going to demo the last one is on the bowling. So okay, that's a lot actually. Okay, so difficulty put 8. Oh, okay, okay. Maybe we can put 70. Okay, now it really depends on the Irfan attention. Okay, wait. Okay. So Irfan, stay focused, stay calm, and try to relax if you want to get the full fin down. This is with 70% of difficulty. So it's kind of difficult actually. The more they come, the more they can reach the fin. Okay, when everyone is this one, okay. Five stage. For example, we start with 10% difficulty, 50%, and we move to 70%, and then 100% difficulty. So if they say they can reach until 100%, maybe we can reach from the 10 section, they can already improve the bandwidth pattern. Okay, the bandwidth that I'm talking about just now with alpha, beta, beta, and gamma, and so on and so forth. So that one I will need to explain more maybe in our next open day. I will explain, and also if you also interested to have this neurofeedback treatment and also the EEGS, you can go to visit to check with the Dr. Muna, also the Garuda and all the teams. Okay, yeah, or still struggling. So maybe you can now. She's studying. Okay, maybe you can another one. 50. Okay, 50%. It's not the goal. It's not to make sure the police falling down. Okay, the goal is if they think you are calm and focused, you can do. If you are not focused and you are having attention problem or focus problem, you are not even in some state. and you are very high, or fast bandwidth, so you cannot even jump. You're fine. Okay, right. Is this better? I don't know. Okay. Huh? Animation? Tak ada. Okay. So there's a lot of animation. If they say, okay, there's one more. But we cannot show you here. But I'm going to show you. This one is not demo lah. But let me check. Okay, this is this one is this is the what Prabha is talking about now. For the blended cat, we are going to use this one. Okay, we put it as muse. Muse. Okay. You can take another one. Okay. This muse, we are focused on the frontal cortex only. Okay. For the frontal lobe. Okay. So we can just click here. We can adjust a little bit. Okay. So as here, plug it here. But before you attach it to this one, to the upper forehead, you make sure you click the cup. Similar. You have to click the cup. To make sure there is no sweat, there is no germ or anything like that will affect the. So this signal, this news, you can go back to home and then you can try it on your own. And if let's say you do the training on your own, so the data that you have done will be stored in the system itself. So the traffic here will receive all the data that you have written. Okay, so that's why for this one, for the neurofeedback blended cat is more effective because we can do at home and we can also come to center. Usually at Netherlands, they will come like 2 or 3 times at the center, the rest they will do it at home. If they need traffic to come at home, we also can use news so that traffic will guide them on how to do the neurofeedback at home.
Yeah. No wireless.
The one you put in.
This one talk to the handphone.
Yeah. You will attach to the your phone, and your phone need to install the app, okay, which we call as news. Brain marker. Sorry, we call it as brain marker. Okay, so Irfan, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
It's easy to set. Easy.
Shut up.
The handphone.
Satu case oh.
This.
Huh? 50.
Tak payah.
Then normally it's masuk dalam tubuh. There is a connection here. It is okay.
What is the budget of the contract? Why we actually use?
See, most of the executive function is at the frontal cortex. And they are not necessarily that. But the kind of one of the biggest problems we have would be addiction. And then we will deal with addiction of the neck. So that is why what the encouragement for Professor Jamal, Professor Mali Babri, is to actually was sujud. You get sujud, and then the blood will flow through the frontal cortex, and that will help. So that is why kalau macam our children ada masalah, train them to do more sujud. And then sujud honestly, then it will help to actually the frontal area. And macam dia ada executive function, they cannot concentrate, so that's one way to do it. But here we have scientific evidence In other words, we measure the frontal cortex and we have a clear idea of how the performance of your brain. Because most of the activity comes from brain. And although macam your vision goes to the one behind, but it is reflected onto the frontal as far as your vision is concerned. So that is why we have a lot of view, as far as the frontal is concerned, because these are executive functions. Unless macam masukkan you are the problem with dyslexic, then it comes from the side. This is where the dyslexic problem. So when you have dyslexic, then we will actually cannot use this one here. Then we have other ways to actually monitor. So that is why we have to have the first brain measurement. We have a clear view of where the problem is. That's how we use the 19 channel. Dulu we use 8 channel to so now with the 19 channel, please give us a better view. So I think we work together that time dengan Penawar Hospital. We monitor children with learning disabilities. So and then we have a very good idea, then we can focus on statistic of dia dulu pakai MRI. So now they only use the EEG device. Tapi for this device, masuk ke dalam. Because down here the connection. This is the earth. Earth is the ground. So and then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to include the man. So that's why it's quite good. But this is the old one. We have a new one, which is made from Singapore. So let's talk to Europe. Something like that. I think it's new. The problem is normally not the device, but the software. It comes with the device. Device you can buy, but the software is the one that is very expensive. So this one, the software is developed by John. So that's why it is under the concept. I think it's quite interesting.
Okay. So that's it for the demo. We have to create it. Everyone excited to do your feedback or what?
Depression, busy, and taking pretty price. But you can see the automatic is kind of therapy again.
We will go through the because the one does the medical. We cannot do that kind of diagnostics. Tapi kalau katakan you are healthy, you tak ada apa-apa penyakit, you just want to do it for relaxation, then we can do it. Kalau macam you are not feeling good because you have other set of problem kan, then we cannot. But we are working with the counselor, our counselor, so that macam student katakan ada problem kan, so the counselor will recommend that we do the measurement. So that's what we want to do. Counseling kan, rather than just counseling. So we will monitor the
demonstrating the mirrors as well. No.
area, and then after that
So
we will
this one
encourage.
No, brain marker.
Especially after the post-COVID.
Software developed by them.
Yeah.
So it's done. So this part is done. Now we have the rapid.
Yes.
Wait a minute. This one is wonderful. Be careful.
You come to us, we do the PEG of which, and then you expect that we detect you or you have stress, you have depression, you have anxiety. No that such thing. But we try to show you, you have some abnormalities in the temporal lobe, okay, and that is high in beta wave, okay, which is fast wave, okay. Maybe I will suggest if they give you that, we will suggest you that maybe you can have our neurofeedback therapy or therapy to lower down your fast wave just now, okay, and then you have to go for like 10 sessions of the therapy session of the neurofeedback therapy. Only then you can see the feedback. We send the neurofeedback, so that's the feedback. Similar as you we have to mention the rehab. We usually rehab for like a stroke patient or something like that. Or maybe ADHD or autism, you go for the physical therapy. You can go for the physical therapy and you can come to us as well for the neurofeedback therapy. So then you have both. The combination of both is always the best. Okay, any question? So excited, yes, this is from us from.
Sorry for the minute. To try to combine the
article. So this is again for different situations or any new data that the system can try to detect based on some intelligence system.
I think the one for more for prediction and analytics. So I think that's why I said that we need the data. So once we have very good data, we will do AI to analyze some of this data. We have a very good idea. We are going to compare data that we have from Europe and also our data and see what are the kind of situation that we can see. So this analysis or analytics become important and critical. But we are going to use AI. In fact, like converting from the QEEG to our what we call effective modeling, we are using AI techniques to actually convert from looking at your brain. We can see whether you are happy, feel, or sad. So that one we use the AI techniques to analyze. But of course, you need to have the foundation. So yes, AI has been used in a lot of our research.
Yeah.
Like some of our research is looking at motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So we look at the brainwave patterns, and we can have a very good idea whether the kids is fully motivated or not motivated. Especially when you want to do maths and science. So, but that is a separate. That one is more on the research, but this one is more on real life situation. How we can do it immediately. So I think that's why this one needs the time domain approach rather than we call it affective domain. Thank you.
Is there any other question?
the data that you start compiling from today onwards, over the plan of where you're going to do.
So the data.
Except for the European one, will be
Yes, Peter. How the feedback recording of the feedback before and after, is it effective or not?
yeah. So we need to do measurement. We do the pre-measurement, the post-measurement. So that will actually tell us, whether it's effective or not. So if it's not effective, then we look at other therapy, so other techniques. So we have to take a look at it. And besides, we also have questionnaire.
Yes.
And survey.
Facebook. Yeah, just to know this feedback. This is. Oh, that is okay. Okay.
They came,
Yeah, this one we have to do some analysis, but maybe as it can show the QEEG data for the new feedback. maybe nanti buat yang hijau. Tengok mana ni prospect tu yang last tu yang you tengok the comparison between the previous years and then the after the review. Tengok sampai tu yang last result.
Okay.
Okay, that one I need to do some analysis. Okay, so I need to analyze data first before I can give feedback to you. What happened to his feedback? Is it okay or not okay? If just now, because I did this one is just a demo, so I cannot tell you, okay, this is the result of Irfan. So it will be different people later, right? So the idea here is, let's say you have some abnormality detected on the EEG assessment. Okay, so that will be for example temporal lobe. Temporal lobe always on the hearing, okay, hearing and also memory. For example, you have a temporal lobe problem, and then not problem, I say some abnormalities. We usually call it as some abnormalities. So that temporal lobe will do the neurofeedback. Okay, so for example, that temporal lobe is actually having a fast bandwidth. So we're going to slow down the fast bandwidth. We're going to increase the level of alpha. Alpha wave is when you are awake and you are realize what you are doing. You are using your brainwave. For example, alpha and cognitive task, you are using alpha. But if they see cognitive task, this is not the task that is effective. So we can't subtract 100 to 7 and 100 backward. So maybe some people it's okay to have that kind of task, but some people with kind of stress condition, they will develop the beta 2 or high beta or fast bandwidth. Yeah, so that one it will be, we will going to compare between the before we start the pre-measurement, before we start the neurofeedback treatment, and after we start we have the finish the neurofeedback treatment. So after that we can show that the difference between before and after. If let's say there is a increment of the alpha bandwidth, meaning that the neurofeedback therapy is successful. And then if the lower down back the beta wave or the fast bandwidth just not, meaning that this neurofeedback is successful. The successful rate it can be 86% because it has been used in Europe, and this treatment is actually has been used in Europe for the main treatment for the attention problem, mental health issue, stroke patient, okay, for the type of disease that is related to mental health problem. So this the successful rate is kind of hard. So but you have to finish 10 sessions onwards. But I would like to say here, if they say you have kind of ADHD, for ADHD patient is a client is a bit special. So they have to go for 20 to 40 sessions on the feedback better. If they say for 10 sessions, it's not enough. For ADHD, because ADHD is dealing with the attention problem, so they need more therapy sessions with the neurofeedback therapy session compared to the normal or any other mental health issue. Okay, I think that's all. It's almost 1 minute to 5. Okay, so any question? No question. Okay, I think that's all. I'll pass back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Zaliza, for the demonstration, and Brother Azib. As we near the end of our event, it's time for another exciting event. And as we have been talking about attention and focus for so long, and this was the demonstration, the EEG emission and the brain marker. I have another exciting thing which can grab all of your focus, and this is the next section for our event, and it's the lucky draw. So you. So I would like to ask Dr. Zaliza to come in front and take on this. Yes, all right. And also Prof. and Prof. to come in front to distribute the lucky draw winners. And Brother Hassan, do you have the access? Yes. All right, let's get ready. I hope you have already registered using the Google form. And if you have not done it yet, then you can just have the QR code in the placard if you got. And if you do not have the placard as well, then you can collect it from any of the team members. Google Form.
Okay.
All right, let's get started. And where are the gifts? Where's the gift? Oh, okay, sister is picking on the gift. So let's get started. For our first winner of the afternoon, let's see who is going to be it. Awesome. She's here. Okay. Right, another screen. 3, 2, 1. What's that doing? That's why you go early. What's that? No. All right, let's see.
That's not
That's good. Our first winner is coming for just a bit. Congratulations.
Okay.
All right. Let's go for second round. And this time it is. Congratulations, Sister Sarah. Let's go for the next one. No. We have two more? Yes.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, congratulations.
Three, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
The last person. And this is going to be the last one, so let's see who the lucky winner is. 3, 2, 1.
Darwin. Oh. Each 1, 3. Okay.
Right, thank you, Papa, Abraham, and Dr. Zalita.
Not here, right?
Finally, we invite you all for us to join for a photography session yet again. And let's capture the memories of this remarkable day. Brother Daniel Effect will take pictures of you all. And again, don't forget to smile for the camera.
Can people at the back you stand up so that we can see everyone better? This for a quick photography session.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. Okay, ready everyone? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now freestyle everyone. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you.
Presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for being a part of this incredible event. We hope you have gained valuable insights into the power of neurotechnology in enhancing mental well-being. On behalf of the NDL team, we extend our sincerest appreciation to our guests, speakers, participants who made this event a success. Before we conclude, we have some light refreshments ready for you. Please have a look on this and take a moment to interact with our team members. They are here to answer any of your questions and provide more information about our services by NDL. Thank you once again for joining us today. We wish you a wonderful day ahead filled with new knowledge and inspiration. Thank you so very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Dia pun nak bisa.
Oh.
Bisa. Alright, lima camera. Okay, thank Insyaallah kita juga looking forward. Terima kasih.